Unsure how successful this will be. However, this is going to be an attempt at a documentation of what it's like to actually attempt to be an entrepreneur and be successful. Most of us in this nation call it the American dream. Well, those of us who live here know that that's dead. Uh, but the essence is not. And I believe the people is where it really came from. So I'm going to attempt to document my journey. What you've missed so far. I wish I could say this was step one. It is not. The first step was self-exploration. Now, with that self-exploration being in mind, this includes changing how I think of money, changing how I think of myself, changing how I treat myself, changing how I treat my money, changing how I treat my family. There was a couple years of that. So I lost basically everyone in my life. Then, in trying to start a business, because we all know owning a business generates more revenue than hourly wages when the hours keep getting cut and the taxes keep going up and the wages don't. So, we all know hourly wages leads to broke people. So owning the business. But that's hard. We all already know this. It's hard. So the next step I took, I learned how to form LLCs. Most of it can be done online, pretty well inexpensive, free if not darn close to it. Now there's a lot of paperwork and you have to pay a lot of attention and you have to file things at the right time and do the timing of it. It's difficult. Now these are steps that are not necessary to start out. I just figured having some sort of digital clout was going to somehow boost my abilities. I've been doing that for a year and a half. It has not worked in any way, shape, or form. I'm part of the Better Business Bureau with my LLC. I have the experience and training. The one thing I didn't take into account is that I didn't have a full inventory. I've got the tools, I've got the experience, I've got the know-how. I don't have a vehicle. For you experienced tradesmen, I'll wait for you to stop laughing. Yeah. I'm actually starting this with no vehicle. So when it comes down to it, here's my condition. I know that this is the business I want to do because I've explored it. I know that things must be built one atop another, so you start with what you have. What I have, immense debt that hasn't been touched in over a year, credit score that's far worse than your teenager's, and an income level that's just not enough. Just like you. So, with that in mind, here's what I actually have to start with as far as my tangible assets, because the truth of the matter is all this mumbo jumbo of the talking that's taken 3.5 minutes hasn't gotten us anywhere, and I'm still not making any money, and this business is not working, and my entrepreneurship is still failing. So, enough jibber jabber. I have a shop. Here's what it looks like as of now. That's a secondary storage unit. Those light bulbs were installed yesterday. I've been here for several months without those light bulbs because the money has just been too tight and more important elsewhere to be putting into money. They're put into light bulbs. So here is my very simple shop. Nothing too extravagant. I got my stockpile that I've collected over a few years. There's some basic tools, and I do have tools inside. That slab was donated. My tool chest, that's my automotive tool chest, and yes, those jacks do have a jack to go with it. A couple of different jacks. But this is basically it. So that's what I started with. Here's the plan as of now. Use what materials I have to start building things that I can sell either in person or online. As I sell these things, I will document specific points along the journey. Keep in mind that while you see a few minutes here and there, these are years of my life. These are unbelievable countless hours, not with my family, not with friends, because as you can see, there's no one here. If you'd like to see something even more fun, let me flip this camera around real quick. Just a fast flip. Just to be sure that I didn't, miss something. If you are not ready to be completely alone on this journey of being an entrepreneur, don't start it. Don't even try. Even partnerships, the individual partners, if you get them alone, will tell you it would have been harder, but more valuable to them as a person if they'd have just not had a partner in the deal. Things get very difficult. So it's a lonely road. It's a one road. But this is the document, kind of how it starts. Where I'm going to go for now, I've got a wood burner. I've cut out several circles, and as you can see, I'm starting some different types of designs. The idea is to make coasters. These coasters will be made and then, of course, attempted to be sold. If I make any money off those coasters, I then will invest that into either further materials or a new tool. I want to grow from the coasters to another design that actually combines both wood and metal, which will require a welder I do not currently have. Once I am starting to design the metal and wood combination of items and selling those, that money will generate enough on its own, and the demand will begin to grow on its own over time. So I hope that the money will come in faster than hourly wage, eventually. And once there's more than the absolute necessity to stay alive, I plan to then use that to get a vehicle. Once the vehicle is obtained, I will then begin to word of mouth advertise to go as slow as I can, because low and slow is the way to go. I'll get clients one after another, and eventually, on a long enough timeline, this business will be the only income I have, and it'll be far greater than anything I've ever seen. And I'm making these videos specifically for you, not for me. I'm documenting this journey so that you can see it. The American dream is only dead when your heart dies, because the American dream is global. It's a humanity dream. Your ideas, your thoughts, your purpose, and your hands and your body and your environment can be in balance and match each other. I'm going to show how it's done. And I hope you enjoy these videos. If they ever make it on air. Depends on where the end of this journey is, really. Anyway, the business is Handy Travis. I'm going to check out for now. Feel free to check out my ministry, Uriel Shines. It's an interesting one. I love y'all. Good luck.